Oh, hooked up. Good stuff. Right, what we've got today, I'm going to make an oil burner. So I've got this old oxygen cylinder here that's empty. It's absolutely worthless. Nobody wants it anymore. BOC, who originally had it, they don't want it back. They say it's too old. Can't get anything for it. Scrap value. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to slice the top off it. I want this as a lid, so I'm going to cut the top off. I'm going to weld a bead around it so that it sits on the top as a nice lid we can remove. I'm then going to put an exhaust pipe at the top and an inlet pipe at the bottom on opposite sides using some nice steel tubing. Weld that in place. It's going to be amazing. And what we're going to do with this, it's going to be a heater, so it's going to glow red hot burning oil as a nice heater, either a patio heater. Well, we shall see. It's a little project. This is inspired by oil burner from Australia, so thanks for that one, mate. I love your videos. They're a bit old now, you need to put some more on. But yeah, let's crack on. Right, so this is definitely empty, but I'm going to crack off the tiny little bit in there. We'll make sure that's opened up really well. Now I need to mark off where I'm going to cut round it. I think that should be about right there.
It's always good using a bit of tape. You can generally get a perfect circle round it without getting any kinks or creases.
Now obviously I can't grind straight through this because it's got oxygen in it. Although it's empty, it's still concentrated, whatever's in there, and it will go with a big old bang, so I've got to be really careful not to create a spark while we're chopping the top off it. So let's see how we get on. So I'm going to drill a little line of slots here, enough to get my hacksaw in there.
I'm not going to lie to you, this was a bit squeaky bum time.
I'm just going to stick some goggles on, just in case it spits back.
I think goggles are the least of your worries. I hope it don't blow up. Let's go for it anyway. It's quite thick, but we get there, look. Bang a few holes in it.
Yeah, we're through. Right. That's one. It's thick, isn't it? It's pretty thick. Right, let's try and get this valve off the top.
Apologise for the dinghy. He's like the hunchback of Notre Dame, look. Ring them bells. Here we go, you watch this. Hilarious, he misses. Oh, yeah. I got myself in the head with the hammer. Go on, give it a whack. Go on. Give it some, look at that. Here we go, it's coming. It's good. Brilliant. I just hope all the pressure's gone when it finally comes out.
Oh. It's that out of the way. Real.
Happy days. We'll get some compressed air in there, just blowing just straight air in, clear all that oxygen out. Just so when we get the saw, and if there is a spark, it ain't going to go up now. I tried with a hacksaw first, and it did make a bit of an indent into it. I managed to get through where I've drilled it. But to be fair, it was really slow. It was I could have done with a carbide blade, and this one just wasn't good enough. It was really slow going, so I think the best thing is the angle grinder with a nice cutting blade in there. And yeah, this really did start to make some headway into it. But it is thick. That side of that cylinder was about nearly 10mm thick. Watch your toes. Oh, you're a fighter.
Oh, look at that. Look at that sucker. Whoa, that's beautiful. That is beautiful.
You can really see how thick that was. Hello, 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 hello. Concentration, trying to set it up, get it about right. We'll just drill now this bottom hole, we'll grind round it as put a load of drill holes through it, just ground through it, and then bang it through with the hammer. Hey, go on, hit it. There we go, look. Super. Stuff that in the hole. Get it about right, give it a bash. And then we'll weld it in. Get the old arc welder. Now, this welder's as old as I am. It was my dad's great bit of kit. So on this side, we need it to be pointing upwards slightly so that the oil will run down into the cylinder. So I'll get the square on it again, and we just need to make it, at the minute, that is square, so it's got to come up a little bit. Yeah, perfect. You see how accurately I measured that. We'll get the weld on it again. I'm trying to get this as airtight as I can, so I'm putting plenty in there. Trying to do a nice seam weld all the way around. Done top and bottom, and I'm just going to cut this back so that I can spin it round the opposite way. You'll see in a minute. So I can have a kind of a rotating exhaust. You can change where the flame's going to come out then. There we go. Look, we'll slide that in there. Happy days. Whoa. It's an animal. Look at it. If you want to see an idiot at work, just watch this. What's he doing with that mask? It ain't going to stay on there, is it? Oh, you dick. Right. So anyway, here we go for the little seam round the lid. Tap that round there, get the shape right, and it should then fit round that lid. Yeah. Here we go. See if we can tack this in place. We'll get that round, clamp it with a pair of mole grips, and then cut that off so that it's a nice little kind of lip to your hat. Slice through that and weld it up. Let's see if we can weld that on. Took some welding this, trying to get it right, you know, without it distorting. You see how long it took. It's dark now, look. But look at that beauty. Really pleased with that.
Beautiful. How nice is that? So we've now got the lid, down blow, blow out, lid. I've got me angled end there that we can slide in, and we'll put some bolts in so just to hold that so we can actually choose where we want that to. I think we'll probably just go at a couple of angles so we can blow the flame out where we need it, or without, so just blow straight out. It's great, that is. It's really good. Yeah, the welding's gone a treat. We'll get the lid back in as well, get the nozzle back in the top, and that'll seal that up, because we need this to be pretty airtight so that the flow goes through and doesn't blow any smoke out. Yeah, please, looks good. Right, so I need a way of getting the oil into the drum, and what I've got here is it's a little fitting, brake line fitting, and I'm going to weld that to my intake pipe on the top, drill a hole through, pop that on, weld it up, and then I can feed some brake line in, which I can pressurise the oil and feed the oil in through the brake line, which is going to be great because I can make that as long as I like then. So let's get that on the go. Get that in there. So I've got an old petrol can, drilled 2 holes in it, put a couple of Schrader valves, one either side, drilled the centre of that one out, and whacked a brake pipe on it. Going to put an end on it, and then that now will go straight onto the oil drum. So I've got my old faithful flaring tool here, we'll get that in the vise, and yeah, got some ends and bits and bobs. Let's get that end on. Don't get this flaring tool out very often. It's not that often now you have to make brake pipes, you know. When you do, sometimes just buy them pre-made. But anyway, let's give it a go. And there we go. Got a nice flared end on that. And I've also got this little pipe bending tool here, which is pretty good because I want to get the load off of this rubber thing because I can see that giving me grief. So if I can bend this round like
Takes a bit of faffing, bending the pipe just to get the shape right. But like I say, I didn't want to have that, it needs to be attached to that bottle so that it's quite secure. Otherwise it would just pop that Schrader valve out. So yeah, look at this, look. A couple of cable ties.
That's quite nice. That corner there and attach it into that nicely. What we can do now is we'll fill that up with oil. We can put some pump air into that, which is going to force the oil down and push it up the pipe and into the burner. In theory, we shall see.
And here we go. It's working like a treat. So you can see that flow of oil coming into that pipe there quite quickly. Actually, I think I put too much pressure in there, but you can see it's starting to fill that up. So there we go. Oil can pump on the table.
Very low pressure, and that's siphoning through into the fibre drum here. Filling up nicely. Flame's going to blow through into the barrel and burn all the crap. Yeah, it's got a blow on it.
So what, Drain, is it going to work? Moment of truth coming up. We'll get some cardboard in there, just so I can give me something to light it to. That'll just soak a bit of that oil. And what I'll also do is drop some. I've got some old methanol race fuel, which has gone off, so it's no good for the nitro cars anymore. So what I do is I use that to light it. Here we go. Chuck a bit of that in. What a muppet! Look. What's your head? Oh dear. Oh dear. I worry myself sometimes, I really do. If I had a brain, I'd be dangerous. And I was waiting for it to happen as well. I'm thinking, this is going to go in a minute. I'll just have a look. Let's get that lid on. Once that lid's on there, now that flame's sealed inside, I can switch the blower on. And now that will just, hopefully, start to roar. And that smoke will all disappear. Here we go. Is it going to happen? Yeah, you see the smoke going. We know we've got ignition there now. Oh, look at it go. Look at it go. It is absolutely roaring. Now I've just got to fine tune this a bit. It's just a case of getting the air volume right with how much fuel I'm putting in. You can see them, it's just not quite combusting properly there at the minute. I can just fine tune the pressure of how much oil I'm putting in. And obviously the hotter the cylinder gets, here we go, look, now you can see I've just tweaked it a little bit and it's running better. And the cylinder as well, you can just see it start to glow at the bottom, it's starting to get red. And when we really get it going, look at that, cooking on gas, absolutely beautiful. Got the flow of oil right, it's almost made that cylinder transparent, you can almost see through it. It's amazing. It's really putting out some heat. Really pleased. Roasty toaster.
Well, I hope you enjoyed that one because I really enjoy making it. I love doing those little projects, weird and wonderful stuff like that. And it worked really well. It was absolutely chuffing, you know, it was really putting some heat out. I'll try and tweak it, fine tune it. I think I need a bigger blower, something that's going to give a bit more air. That cylinder's got such a lot of, well, it's got a lot of size to it. I could really put some air pressure through it and get some proper heat out of it. But yeah, I'm pleased with that result, and if I do any more modifications to it, I'll let you know. If you're still with me on that, oh, we had a few laughs, didn't we? I about took my head off, but yeah. Oh my lord. Thanks for joining me. I've enjoyed it, and see you again on the next video. Thanks for watching.